Hey everyone, welcome to the video. So, if you are considering a career in embedded systems, or maybe you have already started your journey, you are in the right place. So, in this video, I am going to share the real time insight from my experience as an embedded engineer. I will be talking about the skills you need, the job opportunities out there, and yes, of course, the challenges you will be facing in this field. So let's be real. To be very frank, this field is very exciting, but it is also highly demanded field, or I can say it is highly demanded domain. But if you're ready to dive in, I will go to the back. So we'll get started with the video. So let's get out what is the first way or to be start in this domain you should know first what is an embedded systems. So it's simple. Embedded systems are nothing. It's a computer within the other devices. So if you are not a kind of if I am saying it is a kind of computer inside other devices, it's not kind of the computer what you think when you hear about PCs. So these are the systems which runs on low level hardwares within a specified task or task. So if I can say, you can think about the airbags in your car or the medical devices that will monitors our heartbeats and even a smart thermostat. All these are the embedded devices out there. And if you have worked in these devices like Raspberry Pi or Arduino, you have already dealt with the basics of embedded systems. But trust me, the world of embedded systems goes way deeper than that, and you will get into that within just a minute. So, now, so why you need to consider this career of embedded systems? Well, the major or every major industries today is depend on the embedded systems. So from automotive to robotics or from robotics to customer electronics, the embedded systems are everywhere and you are also using embedded devices in your day-to-day lives also. In fact, the demand of embedded engineers has been never been higher, and I have been working in the sectors like automobiles where we have making sure autonomous vehicles can for the safety navigations, and in IoT for make the devices smarter and for the connected devices. So trust me, when I started there was plenty of opportunities. So now you think, what about the current market? It is even double or triple than that. So if you are really passionate about tech and embedded systems, this is a golden mine for you. Let's talk about the skills you will be required in this field. So I won't sugarcoat it. The technical expertise which you require is must. That means the C and C++ programming are your bread and butter in this field. And don't expect to get far without the real-time operating systems knowledge. When I first started out, I spent weeks getting my heads around for this RTOS concept. So, but let me know if you need any help or if you want to get more knowledge on RTOS, please do comment. I can help you to get that basic concept ready. And but let me know you once you understand it. This field is kind of a game changer for you. So here the thing is, it is not just about writing the code, but also you need to understand the little hardware. And also when you are working on microcontrollers like ARM or AVR, you will be essentially working in the low level resource environment. So it is essential, or I can say it's an essential key which is required, like the knowledge in hardware or some board ring up activity. All those you will be doing in this field. So it is a kind of, along with your programming knowledge, you should have the some basic knowledge on this hardware devices. Now we'll come to, or let's talk about different roles which are there. So this field offers a wide varieties of career path, and that one of the thing I loved about this field, because since I have been working as an embedded engineer, but I also work closely with firmware engineers and hardware engineers, so I can help you to get an understanding of different job profiles which are there in this domain. First one is like the embedded software engineer, like they are working on the softwares that runs on the microcontrollers, and mostly those engineers will be spending time to write code or for optimizing the performance. So it is kind of majority of portion of this profile is on software part. Now second profile is firmware engineers. So this folks will be kind of profile will kind of both hardware and software. They need to understand both and make sure that the software is interacting properly with hardware. So if you're a person you want to know both the software hardware, or you are interested in that field, then firmware you can apply for that firmware engineer job. Next is like of hardware engineers. So hardware engineers, they usually you completely dealing with the hardware. So for that you will be understanding the microcontroller architecture, the peripherals, and both hardware, and they also need to know the software but not in an extreme level compared to the embedded software engineers. Next is the IoT developer. So IoT developer field is kind of, if you are interested in networking or the smart devices, this role focuses on the designing systems that communicates over internet. Okay, so what awesome about embedded system is the interdisciplinary nature. It is not just of hardware or software. We have to work in both. Even which profile you are applying, there will you will be working or you will be interacting with both hardware and software. I always tell the aspiring engineers that if you can code and understand the hardware, you are golden. All right, let's get into the hard truth. Embedded system might be seems cool, but it's not too smooth. If you are working on the limited resources like memory, the processing power, you will be, or you have to write the code, optimized code, efficient code. In fact, I remember the first time I had to optimize the code for a system of 1 KB of RAM. So it was like solving the puzzle with a piece that doesn't fit to that. But here is the thing, you will learn from them, and once you have solved all kind of this problem, then you will get a feeling, or it there is no feeling that can beat it. Okay, so then next part when comes into that, all the question you will be having, how can I break into this embedded system? So I can say, if you are committed, you will get there. And the best advice I can give is, get hands-on experience. Start with small project or start with a small POC kind of thing. Then get your knowledge, or you get yourself a Raspberry Pi or Arduino. Build small projects, learn how to interact with the sensors, all those things, and trust me, nothing can beat the hands-on experience what you gain. I know it is tough out there, but if you want to get noticed by employees or show them what you have done, or when I applying for the first job, I do not have any experience, but I have portfolio of my projects. I push the codes to GitHub, and I could talk about the problems I solved and the systems I built. So in this way, you can also get a knowledge, or uh, more understanding of all the concept, even to the basic to advanced level of concept. You can get into this by solving it yourself. Next, if you are working or if you are want to work in an embedded systems, and if you want to know the job market currently, so let me tell you, it's blooming. Embedded system engineers are in high demand across industries. So if you see from automotive, that giant industries like Tesla, to IoT industries, and even startups building next generation wearables. So the companies are looking for engineers who are not known how to code, but also integrate the software with the real time hardware. And if you thinking of the salaries, the salary range will be from 50K for an entry level position, to seniors it will be grow beyond what you think. Of course the location and experience levels matters, but they pay in general competitive to the skill what you gain. So for an advice, what I can give is, first start focused, get the concepts ready, solve the problems, learn C++ programming, then learn some hardware programming, start working on that microcontrollers, Raspberry Pi, Arduinos, and all. Start small projects and gain the knowledge as much as you can. So, all right, let's wrap it up. So, embedded systems are incredible, but it required a dedication and the willingness to learn. So, the industry is always evolving and stay ahead. If you have to keep building and keep learning, don't be afraid to experiment with new technologies, like embedded computing, or the microcontroller learning, or the machine learning for embedded systems. So these opportunities are never ending and the field is getting started. So I can say, you start preparing, start focusing on this domain more.